Okay, today we're going to talk about how to simplify radicals and then also how to simplify and multiply radicals. Okay, first thing you need to know is you need to know what is a radical. A radical is just a big fancy word for a root. And the most famous root out there is the square root. So all of the problems today you're going to notice revolve around a square root. Now, when I say simplify the square root, I don't mean pick up the calculator and type in square root of the number and write down a decimal answer. We can't do that. So it does not mean find a decimal approximation. No. Okay, we're going to get more high tech than that. So to help me simplify a radical, first let's go to something that you should know. Okay, so if I said square root of 9, okay, hopefully everybody's going to tell me, oh, the square root of 9 is 3. Well, how did we know that was 3? So let's think. If I think of square root of 9, I can do a little factor tree, and I can say, well, 9 is come up by 3 times 3. Okay? And then I'm going to say, oh, square root means the index number is a 2. We just don't ever write that on the top of the square root because we just name it square root. But since the little index number is 2, that means it takes 2 of the same thing to put something on the outside. So since there were 2 3s, that's how I knew a 3 went on the outside. Now, there was nothing left over on my factor tree. So if there's nothing left over, that means you don't have to put the square root symbol. So we're going to use this philosophy to go through and simplify. Okay, so first off, we're going to make a factor tree. Boom. Any number that goes into 48. I think of 4 and 12. Okay, 4 breaks down into 2 and 2. Since 4 broke down, we can't use 4. So everybody good? I just put a little line through it because I can't use 4. Right. 2s don't break down anymore, so don't worry about that. Okay, 12. 12 can be broke down into 2 and 6. Okay, I'm going to put a line through 12 because I broke that down. Can't use that anymore. 2 doesn't break down, but 6 will. 6 will break down into 2 and 3. I'm going to put a line through 6 because 6 broke down. Can't use it. And then 2 and 3 don't break down, so I'm done. So remember, square root. Square root means I'm looking for 2 of the same number. So hopefully everybody notices right here I have 2 2s, so I'm going to circle them. And then I also have another 2 2s, so I'm going to circle them. And then what do I not have 2 of? Well, the only number I don't have 2 of is my 3. So that's my single number. And I always put my single numbers in a box. Okay, remember, pair numbers go on the outside. So it takes 2 of the same number to put 1 on the outside. So from this one, I get to put a 2 on the outside. From this one, I get to put a 2 on the outside. And if I'm putting more than one number on the outside, we're just going to multiply them together. And then my single numbers, they have to stay inside the root. So I'm going to put a 3 inside the root. So on the outside, 2 times 2 is 4, square root of 3. Done. Okay, next one, factor tree. I'm going to go with 15 and 100. 15 is going to go to 5 and 3. Okay, can't use 15, so draw a line through that. 5 and 3 don't break down. Boom. Let's go to 100. I'm going to do 4 and 25. 4 goes to 2 and 2. And 25 goes to 5 and 5. And then I can't use 4. I can't use 25. I can't use 100. Now, hopefully everybody realizes we can all have different factor trees, because 4 and 25 are not the only numbers that go into 100. You could have chose 10 and 10. You could have chose 20 and 5. We got lots of options. So what you need to be concerned with is the numbers on the end of your factor tree. So what do we have? 2 of the same number. So hopefully everybody says, oh, look here, I have 2 5s. Boom. I have 2 2s. Boom. Oh, I got a leftover single 5, and I got a leftover single 3. So remember, pair numbers go on the outside. So put a 2 on the outside, put a 5 on the outside, multiply those together for 10 on the outside. On the inside, I got 2 single numbers. So just like we did on the outside, if you got more than one single number, multiply them together. And 5 times 3 is 15. So final answer is 10 square root of 15. Okay, next one. Don't worry about that 4 that's in front of the square root. Okay, we're just going to do the factor tree for the number inside the root. Okay, we'll come back to that 4 outside in a little bit. So let's go with the inside. Let's do a factor tree. I'm going to pick 4 and 48. 4 goes to 2 and 2. 48, I'm going to go with 2 and 24. 24, I'm going to go with 6 and 4. 6 goes to 2 and 3. 4 goes to 2 and 2. So remember, can't use 4, can't use 48, can't use 24, can't use 6, can't use 4. And that's a really bad 3. So I'm going to erase my 3 and write that a little bit better. All right. I have 2 2s. Boom. Then I have 2 more 2s. Boom. And I have another 2 2s. And then my leftover is 3. Okay, now remember, out in front we had that 4. So I'm going to bring that down. I'm going to multiply that from this 2. And then I'm going to multiply it from that 2. And then finally, I'm going to multiply it by the last group of 2. And then single number is 3. So 4 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 32 square root of 3. Done. Okay, next one. Break down 375 with a square root tree. With a factor tree, sorry. So I'm going to go 15 and 25. 15 is 5 and 3. 25 goes with 5 and 5. Now remember, can't use 25, can't use 15. Now, just so everybody's aware, when you're looking for 2 of the same number, they don't have to be right next to each other. Okay, I can circle the 2 5s that are right next to each other, but I could also circle these 2 5s. Okay, they do not have to be next to each other. They have to just be on the end of your tree. And then my leftover number is 3, and my leftover number is 5. So I get to put a 5 on the outside. Leftover numbers go on the inside. So 3 times 5 goes on the inside. So I get 5 square root of 15. Okay, you pause the video and try the last one by yourself. So when you're done, you should get 132 on the outside and square root of 2 on the inside. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little bit more to it. We're still going to simplify, but now we're also going to multiply radicals together. So the first thing you need to know about multiplying them is you could only multiply numbers outside the square root together, and then you can multiply numbers inside the square root together. So my job is to condense it down to one square root and then do the factor tree like we did above. So in the first example, the numbers on the outside are 4 and 3. So we're going to take 4 times 3, which gives me a 12 on the outside. On the inside, I'm going to take the inside numbers, which are 6 and 8, and multiply 6 and 8 together for 48. Now I want to do my factor tree for the inside number, which is 48. And I'm going to go ahead and just use the two numbers I multiplied together to get 48, which are 8 and 6. 8 goes to 4 and 2. 4 goes to 2 and 2. And 6 goes to 2 and 3. Okay. No go on 8, no go on 4, no go on 6. I got a group of 2s, I got another group of 2s, and I got a leftover 3. Don't forget the 12 in front, so take 12 times 2 times 2, and then inside is my single number, which is just 3. So 12 times 2 times 2 is 48, square root of 3. And that's it. Okay, next one. Sorry if you can hear my pupper barking. All right, on this one, we're going to multiply the three numbers together under the square root. So take 8 times 16 times 12. And that would multiply to 1,563. Okay, factor tree. Well, I can pick any one of the three numbers up above because I multiplied them together. So I'm just going to pick 12. Okay, and 12 will go in there 128 times. 12 will go to 6 and 2. 6 goes to 3 and 2. 128. Well, I'm going to do 128, which is 8 and 16. 8 goes to 2 and 4. 4 goes to 2 and 2. 16 goes to 4 and 4. 4 and 4 goes to 2 and 2, 2 and 2. Okay. No go 12, 128. No go 6. No go 8. No go 16. No go 4. No go 4. No go 4. So, group of 2s, group of 2s, group of 2s, another group of 2s, leftover 3, leftover 2. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. I get to put 4 2s on the outside. And then inside I got 3 times 2. So final answer is 16 square root of 6. Okay, next one. I get to multiply negative 2 times 3, which will give me negative 6. Inside the root, I get to multiply 10 times 14, which is, 140. Break down 140, so I'm going to do 10 and 14. 10 is going to go to 5 and 2. 14 is going to go to 2 and 7. Okay, no go 10, no go 14. I got a pair of 2s, a single 5, and a single 7. Don't forget your number in front. So we had a negative 6 in front. Multiply that by 2. And then inside the root, we're going to take 5 times 7. So final answer should be negative 12 square root of 35. Boom. Okay, pause the video and try the next one by yourself. And I got the final answer to be 160 square root of 30. And we're finished.